If you just looked at your pension pot balance and felt your stomach drop like you're starring in your own personal financial horror movie, then don't worry, you're in the right place. Now, it's easy to feel like you've missed the last train for retirement, that everyone else is already sipping pina coladas on some sun-drenched beach while you're still stuck at the station. Well, here's the thing, HMRC actually keep an extra train idling just for folks like us who are in our 50s. So if you hang around, I'll show you exactly how to board the train. So is it already too late for you? Does that question echo in your mind at 2 a.m. when you're crunching the numbers on your phone calculator, desperately hoping to find a magic solution? I mean, we've all been there, staring at those figures, feeling a knot tightening our stomachs. But let me give you a short, sweet, and hopefully reassuring answer. And the answer is absolutely not. It's not too late. So in the next few minutes, we're going to pull back the curtain and reveal the exact levers you can still push to make a massive difference. Those tax efficient wrappers you might not have even heard about, and some clever cash flow hacks that can genuinely double or hopefully triple the size of your retirement account before you finally hand in your notice and ride off into the sunset. So the first thing we need to do is get brutally honest. We need to rip off the band-aid. I know it's uncomfortable, but we need to face the music. So open up that last pension forecast, you know, the one that you get from gov.uk website. Then gather together every single retirement account statement you have, your workplace pensions, your personal pensions, your SIPs, any old final salary schemes. Add up every penny. Now, here's a crucial part. Compare that total to the amount you actually need to live comfortably in retirement. Not just survive, but actually live. Now, most people, when they do this, they discover a pretty significant gap. I mean, it's often a motivation sapping gap. It can feel daunting, paralyzing, but you got to name the shortfall, acknowledge its existence. It's the only way you'll ever close it. So don't shy away. Write the number down on a sticky note, make it prominent, put it on your desk, on your fridge, anywhere that you'll see it on a daily basis. Because motivation, real lasting motivation, often starts with a clear, visible target. Think of it as your financial GPS. You can't plot a route until you know your current location, your desired destination. So step 2, let's vacuum up all the free money. Before you even start stressing about how to save more of your own hard-earned cash, let's make absolutely certain you're not leaving any employer match contributions on the table. This is literally free money, guys. It's like finding 20 quid in an old coat pocket, but way better on a much larger scale. Now, many companies offer a match, often something like 4% on a £60,000 salary, which would translate to about £2,400 a year of absolutely free cash. It's not a bonus, it's part of your pay, and you're simply not claiming it. Now, as an absolute top priority before doing anything else, you should be contributing at least enough to grab every single penny of the match available. Why? Because it's an instant 50, 100% on your money, depending on what the match structure is at your employer. And it beats any investment return every single time. It's guaranteed money that compounds from day one, and it's sitting there waiting for you. So don't let it go unclaimed. Now, I want to talk about supersizing your annual allowance and carry forward. Now, this is where late savers get serious superpower. Thanks to HMRC's rules, most people can contribute up to £60,000 a year into their pensions and get tax relief. And this is called your annual allowance, and it includes your contributions, your employer's contributions, and the government tax relief top-up. But here's the real magic, the carry forward rule. This lets you use any of your unused allowance from previous 3 tax years. Now imagine you only contributed £20,000 a year for the last 3 years, leaving £40,000 allowance unused each year. Now this tax year, you could potentially contribute your full allowance of £60,000 plus that carry forward of £120,000 for a massive one-off contribution of £180,000, provided your earnings are high enough. Now, to use the carry forward, you must have been a member of a pension scheme during those previous years. Now, imagine what you could do with that nest egg. Now, let's talk strategy. When you contribute to a pension, you get tax relief from the government. Now, if you're a basic rate taxpayer, for every £80 you put in, HMRC tops it up with £20, making it £100. Now, higher rate taxpayers can claim even more back through their tax return every year. Then, when you retire, you actually take 25% of that pot as a tax-free lump sum as well, with the rest taxed as normal income. It's like a little gift from HMRC designed to help you make up for that lost time. But be aware though, for very high earners, those with an adjusted income over £260,000, this annual allowance can be reduced or tapered down to as little as £10,000. Now, I want to talk about turning your ISA into a stealth retirement pot. So this is a financial secret weapon that often gets overlooked, the stocks and shares ISA. So an individual savings account or an ISA lets you invest up to £20,000 each tax year. It has a unique, powerful tax advantage. While you contribute from your after-tax income, all your investment growth and any withdrawals are completely 100% tax-free. Now, here's the stealth retirement pot part. After age 55, raising to 57 in 2028, your pension income will be taxable. By building up a pot of tax-free cash in an ISA alongside it, you gain this flexibility. You can draw from your ISA to supplement your pension income, which could help you keep you in a lower tax bracket during retirement. Now, this makes an ISA incredibly powerful. The tax-free growth combined with this flexibility it gives you in retirement makes it an essential tool, particularly if you're a late-stage pension saver. But remember, unlike with a pension, if you don't use your £20,000 allowance by the 5th of April, you lose it for that year. Now, let's talk about freeing your cash flow by killing your debts. So let's get real about debt for a moment. Every single pound you're sending to an 18% credit card interest rate is a pound that can't be compounding interest for yourself at 8% or more in a pension or an ISA. It's a direct drain on your future wealth. So what do we do to fix it? Well, we wage war on debt. This is called the debt snowball, and the method it's a classic one. It works. So list all your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of the interest rate. Attack the small one first with everything you've got. Once it's gone, take the money you were paying on that debt and roll it into the payment for the next smallest debt. Keep repeating and rinse, and this process then will create some momentum and some psychological wins as you knock out each debt one by one. It can be incredibly motivating. Now, once all that plastic is out of your life, once those car payments or personal loans disappear, redirect those freed up payments straight into your pension contributions. Now, there was a couple on my course with this strategy, and they wiped out £15,000 of credit card debt in 14 months. They then funneled £500 a month straight into their pension contribution, and that single move will project to £100,000 in their nest egg over the next decade. Now, imagine what freeing up your cash flow could do. Now, next, I want to talk about resisting that lottery ticket urge. So when you're feeling behind, when your retirement gap looks intimidating, it's really tempting to look for a shortcut. There aren't shortcuts. Crypto coins promising overnight riches, that hot penny stock your neighbour swore by, or some obscure meme investments, they all start to look attractive when you're really struggling. But don't do it. Seriously, resist the urge with everything you've got. A late start already shortens your time horizon for compounding growth. Now, a big speculative loss that you can't recover from is infinitely worse than making no gains at all. I mean, instead, Keep your equity allocation aggressive, maybe 70 to 80% in a broadly diversified stock index fund, but stay diversified with that. Markets are going to bounce around up and down. That's just how they work, but diversification is what keeps you in the game, protecting you from a single catastrophic loss while still allowing you to capture market growth. Focus on steady, reliable progress, not wild gambles, consistency, not luck. Now, if you want a checklist of your contribution limits and a guide to that debt snowball template, then send me an email at eric@timetoretire.co.uk. It's the same worksheet that is on my course. So send me an email and I'll send you that free of charge. Next thing is to automate. Willpower is incredibly overrated. We all start with good intentions, but life gets busy and those good habits can quickly fall by the wayside. That's why automating payments is your best friend. Now, what I would do is automatically escalate by 1% every year until you hit your target. Schedule any ISA transfers the very day your pay lands in your bank account. And if you still have a mortgage, automate an extra principal payments once a year. When saving is on autopilot, you can't forget to do it. And perhaps more importantly, you can't spend what you've never seen in your current account. It removes that decision-making process, replacing it with a constant wealth building habit. Next thing I want to talk about is picking a target date, not a target number. Now, £1 million sounds great, doesn't it? It's a nice round number that many people kind of latch onto as a retirement goal. But here's a secret. A big arbitrary number can just be misleading and demotivating. What you actually need isn't a number of a lump sum. It's enough monthly income to cover your expenses for the rest of your life. So if we reframe it, multiply your expected yearly retirement budget, take away any guaranteed income like your state pension, and then multiply it by 25, and that's your rough nest egg target. For example, if your state pension will be, say, £12,000 a year and you need £40,000 total to live on comfortably, you must fund the £28,000 gap. So £28,000 multiplied by 25 equals £700,000. Now, knowing the real finish line based on your actual lifestyle keeps you from undersaving and oversaving and turning into the richest person in the graveyard. Now, your goal isn't just to accumulate, it's to create sustainable income. Now, the next section for me is working the window, not the wishes. So you can't control past investment returns, and you certainly can't wish away the years you may have delayed saving. But here's what you can control: today's contribution and tomorrow's timeline. Now, if you're, say, 55 right now and plan to work to 67, that's a solid 12-year runway. And 12 years is plenty of time for compound growth to do some proper mathematics on your balance. Every year delay starting, however, cuts that runway shorter. It reduces the precious time your money has to grow exponentially. So don't wait for the perfect moment or for some mythical bonus that your boss has promised. Start this month, this week, even today. Even if you can't max out everything immediately, make a commitment. Increase your contributions with every pay rise you get, every bonus, and definitely every time you pay off a debt. Momentum actually matters more than perfection. Just getting started consistently and adding more will carry you further than waiting for the ideal but often elusive perfect time. So in conclusion, it's never too late to catch up on your pension. Only if you never start. The truth is, HMRC has built this extra track specifically for us, and the determined saver who's ready to make that sprint to the finish line. Some of the allowances I've talked about are incredibly generous. The carry forward rule, free tax perks of an ISA, those employer max contributions that 20-somethings often overlook. These are the tools designed to accelerate your savings into those prime earning years. Now, nail these strategies aggressively to kill off your high interest debt, and then let time and that unstoppable force of compound growth finish the job for you. You might be surprised at what 5 focused years of aggressive saving can do to undo 2 decades of savings neglect. Don't just think about it. Open your pension portal right now, bump up your contributions by, say, just 1% today, and let the regret you've been carrying melt away. You're not late, you're right on time for the second half of the race, and you've got some powerful advantages on your side. Thanks for listening. See you next time.